Welcome to the PCOS Lab. I'm Dr. Angela Potter. If you're tired of Band-Aid solutions and being told your labs are fine when you don't feel fine, you're in the right place. We use clinical engineering to move your body out of survival mode and into the biological safety required for motherhood. Let's get to work on your breakthrough. Welcome back to the show. You've probably noticed that things look and sound a little different today, and I want to share with you why. So first, you noticed that the music changed. Before, the music was pretty upbeat, very upbeat, actually, very go get 'em, let's get pumped up, here's your cheerleading for the day, for the week. And I realized, that has its place and its time. And certainly when you've been trying for years to get pregnant, you need that cheerleading, you need that boost every so often. But I realized that that's not my role. That's not the role that I am showing up for you. I mean, I was showing up in that way because that's how I was setting up this podcast, but that's not what I'm trained to be. My training is being a clinical architect for your PCOS and your fertility. And so I am switching the podcast to show up in that way for you. And that started with the music. The title of this podcast has officially changed. So before, it was PCOS tips on how to increase fertility and improve pregnancy chances. Now, that's what you're looking for, right? You want to increase your fertility and you want to improve your fertility chances. But I don't want to just give you tips anymore. I want to give you the foundation of how to make these changes. I want to help you understand how you can architect your fertility forward. For a long time, I was sharing tips because I have this inherent desire to fix your problems right away. I want you to walk away with something to do. But lately, my heart has been really heavy about the overload of information and tips that are happening. And I'm also hearing from you. You're exhausted by influencer noise. You're overwhelmed by a kitchen cabinet full of random supplements. You've tried CoQ10 because your friend tried it and got pregnant after trying it. So you tried it, but here you are. Your periods are still irregular. You haven't had one in the past 7 months, and you're not pregnant yet. And that's ultimately the problem, is that tips are transactional. They're like putting a fresh coat of paint on a house with a cracked foundation. And since the beginning of my practice, my work has been about one thing. It's repairing that foundation from the ground up. And you've heard me talk about this a little bit in previous episodes, is that fertility is whole body health. It shouldn't just be focused on your lady parts. And so now I'm switching that language and helping you understand that it is more about setting the body up for a solid foundation and setting your body up for biological safety. And that is profoundly more powerful for your journey than getting another tip on what supplement improves egg quality. Because if I'm honest with you, and more importantly, if I'm honest with the science, tips aren't what you need to get pregnant, right? You've had enough tips. You've had the metformin talk, the just lose weight talk, and the normal labs talk. And that kind of talk you've probably had with your doctor or a healthcare practitioner. That is dismissive advice. And what you are looking for is transformation. You don't want someone to be looking at your labs from a survival perspective and say, oh yeah, these are normal. We don't know what's going on with your fertility. No, you want somebody with their eyes on your labs from a thriving perspective to say, this is exactly why you aren't ovulating. This is why you haven't gotten pregnant yet. And this is the path forward so that you have the green light on for reproduction. And that's why from today forward, this is the PCOS Lab. And we're moving away from the surface level advice and going into the deep metabolic architecture of your body. Because the truth is, you don't have a fertility problem. You have a biological safety problem. And I'll say that again. You don't have a fertility problem. You have a biological safety problem. Because your fertility is your whole body health. And if you're here and if you're working with somebody who is only focused on your fertility, that's not going to get you the answers you're looking for because it's not a fertility problem. It's a biological safety problem. And we're going to dive into that today. But here's the thing. In the last 2 years, I've really seen this reoccurring theme. Women have come to me and they're sharing that they've tried everything. They've got the pantry full of supplements that we've talked about. They've done the restrictive diets and nothing is working. They've even done medicated cycles that were supposed to fix them, but the results have been the same. Does this resonate with you? Your results are the same, regardless of what you've tried. No period since last May, no ovulation. And they're telling me the same two things. One, I feel like I'm throwing money into a black hole. And two, everything looks perfect on paper, but I'm still not pregnant. Are you feeling similarly? If that is you, I want you to hear me. The pregnancy test is still negative because you are trying to boost a system that is fundamentally in survival mode. You don't have a fertility problem. You have a problem where there are signals going around in your body, like elevated cortisol, elevated insulin, inflammation, and all of those are sending danger signals, making the body believe it's in a state of famine or danger. And when that happens, your body puts up your protective defenses and focuses on survival rather than safety. And in order to get pregnant, you need to know how to get your body back into biological safety. Your body is incredibly smart. It is keeping you from getting pregnant because it wants you to be safe right now. Doesn't mean you can't get pregnant. It just means you have to start signaling biological safety and signaling that green light for reproduction instead of danger where it is now. Because here's the thing, when your body feels unsafe, either metabolically, hormonally, or inflammatory, it will veto pregnancy. It's an intelligent response. It's not a broken one. Okay, your body is not broken. When you have PCOS and you aren't getting pregnant, your body is putting up protective layers. It sees the cortisol spiking and it interprets that as a danger signal. It senses the insulin spikes and decides that the environment isn't stable enough for a baby. Your body right now is choosing survival over reproduction. And my work is to help you repair the soil. Okay, we're building that strong foundation, but another metaphor I like to use is repairing the soil because you want to plant the seed. I'm going to help you make the soil so nutrient rich and so biologically safe that your body finally gives the green light to that seed. And it creates this vibrant, thriving space for that seed to grow. So over time, I've had that realization that too many women are hacking instead of architecting. So that led me to not help women boost their fertility. That led to the birth of the resilience blueprint. And this is my protocol that helps you turn on that green light. It helps you not just get pregnant, but to find that resilience in your body to be healthy. It's not a collection of hacks. This is a clinical framework to move you from a state of biological winter into biological spring. In biological winter, your body is hearing danger signals, like we've talked about, from insulin, cortisol, inflammation. It doesn't really matter where those danger signals are coming from. What matters is that we find out where they are coming from. And that's why I've released an assessment tool for you. And it's called the Why Am I Not Ovulating Discovery Quiz. Because this is a tool for you to understand which internal alarms are keeping you from ovulating. And so if you're frustrated because your doctor is telling you that your labs are normal, but you still aren't pregnant yet, this assessment is going to be your first step today. It's a simple clinical assessment that's going to look at the markers that conventional medicine ignores. Truly. I have been in practice for 10 years, and I know what conventional medicine is looking at, and it's not this stuff. Conventional medicine is about survival and helping you survive. And that's really important in certain places and times, but fertility is not a survival mechanism. It's a thriving mechanism. And so when you take this quiz, you're going to understand what signs and symptoms your body is giving you to show that it's in survival and not thriving. It's going to help you identify the leaks in your metabolic architecture that are keeping you stuck in winter and not able to ovulate. And so again, This is a clinical tool to help you understand the why behind your biology. You already know deep down that your soil isn't ready. You feel it when you haven't had a period in the past 6 months. Your goal is to get pregnant, but right now you might even feel nervous about getting pregnant because you don't just want a positive test. You want a successful, healthy pregnancy. And when you aren't ovulating regularly, you are worried that if your body can't even ovulate, how can it have a healthy, successful pregnancy? So when you take this quiz at drangelapotter.com/quiz, 3 things are going to happen. 1, you'll identify your primary alarm. You'll finally see if it's an insulin, adrenal, or inflammatory signal that is keeping your body in biological winter. These are the 3 strongest alarms that stop your body from ovulating, yet they are the exact markers conventional medicine typically ignores. Your doctors are so focused on forcing an egg out of the ovary that they give you ovulation medications. But if your adrenal glands are screaming danger, no medication can make that pregnancy stick. And 2, you'll stop the normal lab gaslighting. You'll finally understand why you aren't ovulating, even when your doctor says you're fine. You know you don't feel fine, and for the first time, you will feel understood. You'll see that your body isn't broken. It's just that your safety signals aren't all turned on yet. So there are reasons why you aren't ovulating, even if your doctor is telling you that your labs are fine. And I know you've been sitting there wondering, how can my labs be normal when I haven't had a period in 6 months? The truth is, they aren't normal. They are just being viewed through a survival lens rather than a thriving lens. And it's time you made that switch so that you can finally have that clarity on why you aren't ovulating. So you need to know why your body isn't thriving right now, and this quiz will lead you there. And 3rd, you'll get your roadmap. So this quiz points you directly toward the path that I use in the Resilience Blueprint to quiet those alarms. This is the power of the quiz. It gives you clear direction despite what you've been told or how many things you've tried. And here's the thing. If you've been doing high-intensity HIIT workouts to lose weight, but your adrenals are screaming an alarm, those workouts are actually taking you further away from motherhood. And this quiz outlines exactly which signals are stalling your ovulation so you can stop guessing and start engineering. So go to drangelapotter.com/quiz and take your ovulation quiz today. And before we wrap up today's episode, I want you to take a deep breath and just listen to what your body is telling you right now. If you've been living in that state of biological winter, constantly searching, constantly buying new supplements, constantly wondering why your body feels like it's failing you, I want you to know that the search ends here. You don't need more information. You need a translation. You need someone to look at that static in your system and tell you exactly which wire is crossed. Is it the insulin? Is it the adrenal load? Is it the inflammatory signals? Once we know the why, the how becomes a clinical process, not a guessing game. And I know you might be staring down the barrel of a $20,000 IVF recommendation. You've been through multiple medicated rounds that haven't worked. And now you're being told, well, IVF is your only next step. And IVF is an amazing medical advancement. It could very well be part of building your family. But I want to ask you this. Is your soil ready for that seed? Are you ready to go into a high-stakes, hormonally charged medical procedure with a body that is still screaming danger signals? Whether you want to conceive naturally, here's the thing. The work of engineering biological safety is the most important investment you can make. And in the Resilience Blueprint, I don't just hope for the best for you. I help you architect the best. I look at the markers that have been dismissed and I bring them into what I call the resilience ranges, the thriving ranges. And this is how I've helped my clients achieve a 70% success rate. And this is how I help you turn the red light of ovulation back to green. So your next step, it's simple, but it's significant. Go to drangelapotter.com/quiz and take the quiz. Spend the 2 minutes with it tonight. Don't do it for me. Do it because you deserve to stop being gaslit by normal lab results. Do it because you deserve to know why your body isn't ovulating, even when you feel like you've tried everything. And once you have figured out which alarm is making your body stop ovulation, you'll have the clarity you've been missing for years. So thank you for joining me for this very first episode of the PCOS Lab. I am so honored to be the architect helping you build the foundation for your future family. And I'll see you in the next episode. But for now, go take your quiz so you can see how your body has been blocking ovulation. Let's start engineering your safety. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If today's episode resonated with you, it's likely because you're tired of guessing and ready for a blueprint. Remember, your body isn't failing you, it's just waiting for the right signals. My mission is to help you send those signals through clinical engineering so you can move from survival to safety and finally to motherhood. To start sending those signals today, head over to drangelapotter.com/start. There you can take the Why Am I Not Ovulating discovery quiz. In just 2 minutes, you'll identify which metabolic alarms are keeping your fertility emergency brakes on. And if you're ready to stop researching and start your breakthrough, you can also book your PCOS fertility audit on that same page. This is a private 30-minute clinical deep dive with me to determine if the Resilience Blueprint is the right roadmap for your fertility journey. I'm Dr. Angela Potter. Your body is capable, your health is manageable, and your future is waiting. I'll see you in the next episode.